Hello my loves, what is up? What is going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about the surprises that you can expect in 2023. So we're going to be looking at your entire next year and the energies that are in store for you and the surprises that the universe has in store for you. So what is coming? What can you expect? What are some great surprises coming your way? If you are new to these videos, I'm also going to give you a quick little rundown about how they work. So as you can see, we have 4 different piles in front of me. We have a group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can take a moment, pause the video if you would like, in order to find the pile that you're the most drawn towards. And then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box where you're gonna find timestamps that'll be linked to your specific card so that you can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about those surprises that are in store for you in 2023. If you like to choose with crystals on these cards, then let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. So over on group number 1, we have some opalite. Over on group number 2, we have some copper. Over on group number 3, we have some thulite. And on group number 4, we have some black tourmaline with some quartz attached to it. So that is our group options for the surprises that are coming for you in the year of 2023. If you know which pile that you are drawn to, then again, scroll down below to find the timestamp, and then you can skip right ahead to your personal reading, and I will see you there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be a reading, so let's get right into it. Okay, group 1, we have the Devil, the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and the Fool. So 2023 is actually about to be a very big year for you. The fact that we start off with the Devil and the 6 of Swords, these two are super significant. This indicates that you are moving away from something that was once toxic in your life. This could have been a toxic behavior, pattern, habit, addiction. It could have even been like toxic friends, a toxic partner, an acquaintance, somebody you work with. There's something though in your life that wasn't very good, and it's set up to be the illusion that something was good, because that's what the Devil indicates. It indicates an illusion. So we might be attached to something that we once thought was good for us, and we're kind of realizing like, ooh, that actually isn't that great for me, and I'll be better off if I move away from it. So you are going to be transitioning in 2023. You're transitioning out of a darker time, and you're transitioning out of the illusion that once held you back and created more harm than good, basically, because the Devil talks about those types of things that, again, we may find them, we may find some sort of like good in them, but they're actually not good for us, if that makes sense. So basically you're going to be detoxing. There's a whole detox happening, and it's going to set you up for a new beginning, okay? And this could even be like detoxing your body. Some of you may be interested in actually like detoxing your body, detoxing your mind, stepping away from old habits or patterns that used to give you kind of more of a negative outcome than you realized. And you're definitely connecting to something so much better. Like, I see so much healing for you. And the 6 of Swords really indicates a period of transition where we're moving to clearer waters, and we can see that there's good times ahead. So one of the greatest surprises for you is that you're finally going to have the courage and the energy and the awareness to leave something behind that wasn't good for you, and it's going to majorly transform you. This is going to majorly transform you. The problems that you were once having that made life kind of rocky and difficult, that's going to smooth out because you're leaving behind the thing that was sort of perpetuating that and causing that. Like, you're getting rid of the root cause. I really see you almost like uprooting something and then like completely like detaching from, you know, what this was. Like, I don't know why I'm getting this really like weird image. I don't even know if I should get into it. But basically, you know what? Okay, like I'll just go into the image. But basically I'm seeing you as this beautiful flower, this beautiful plant, and you have these roots in the earth. And it's almost like there's this snake that's been like secretly chewing at your roots, and it's been causing this like turmoil in your life, and it's been causing you to feel a lack of energy and all these other things. And it's almost like you are uprooting yourself in 2023, and because you're uprooting yourself, all of a sudden you're going to see what was once, you know, sucking your energy and you know, causing more harm to you, but you just didn't see it because it was way underground. It's like you're uprooting yourself. That's what the Six of Swords indicates. Like, you're uprooting yourself, and then you see what the problem is, and with that awareness you can be like, oh well, shit. Like, I'm gonna plant myself completely somewhere new. And the Six of Swords indicates planting yourself somewhere new. So some of you may literally move somewhere new, especially because we also have the Three of Wands next, and the Three of Wands talks about a journey, and it can talk about leaving behind the old and completely venturing off somewhere new. So you may actually have a very major transition coming up in 2023, but it's going to be so good for you. I see you being surrounded by water as well. And it's interesting because in the background of this card we have Stonehenge, but yet it's water right here. So I feel like you are being brought somewhere more sacred. It's going to be a sacred space of healing. And I feel like you are going to be spending time near a lake or an ocean specifically in 2023, and it's going to be a very healing time for you. I feel like there's going to be a lot of room for getaways. So there could be like travel in the cards for you. For example, like this could be indicating maybe you're going to go on a beautiful like getaway. Maybe this whole transition is going to spur this sort of instinctual instinct in you to be like, you know, I need to get away, or maybe you need to move away or something like this. And you are going to meet someone new when you do this. You're going to meet somebody who you really connect to and you really relate to, and they're going to be very healing in your life. Like this person's going to become very close to you, to the point where you guys are like best friends. I see this being more of a platonic relationship, although for some of you it may be romantic. But I see this as more of a platonic relationship coming into your life, and this person's going to be very healing for you, and you're going to be letting go of a lot of the old sort of trauma from this situation, and I just see like this rebirth of your energy. You're definitely getting your foot wet into brand new places too with this Fool card. Like, you're completely recreating yourself. You're becoming someone completely new. You also are going to feel this freedom to finally be yourself. Like, that's going to be such a big, like, that's a major theme that we're seeing here, is you're going to feel the freedom to be your truest self. Whereas before, that was repressed, and it was repressed from whatever this was. It's almost like you couldn't be your truest self. And then all of a sudden, you're going to meet someone who's like, I love you for who you really are. And this person, you know, you're going to feel comfortable to be yourself. And it's almost like you're giving yourself more permission to be yourself because you're detaching and getting further away from this. And it's like, oh my gosh, you can finally find somewhere where you really want to plant yourself, where you really want to root yourself. And it's a much safer space with clear waters where you can feel safe there to root yourself, and you know you're not going to have the same experience as before. And if I could like express the amount of like great energy that I feel as you're letting your true self shine, it is like an incredible feeling. So that's the main surprise of 2023, is like you are going to feel more comfortable in your own skin than you ever have before. And it's going to birth this new beginning in you where you feel free. I'm almost seeing like this really free spirit coming out in you. This free spirit that's like, oh, I want to shine. Oh, I want to be free. And oh, I don't want to like, be told what to do anymore. It's almost like you're getting further away from like being told what to do or having like chains on you. It's like you're really letting freedom shine. There could be a lot of other things that you do too. Like I feel like you're gonna allow yourself to be your natural self. You no longer feel like hiding or repressing. I feel like there's going to be a lot of releases, and it just allows you to like, oh, I wish I could have words. Like I literally cannot find the words to describe the feeling that I'm getting about you stepping into your true self. It's just such a liberating, it almost feels like the feeling feels like I'm flying for the first time, realizing that I have wings. It's that sort of emotion that's going to come through. And it's going to be a beautiful emotion. And let me tell you, like this person that's in your life, like the connection is so deep and so beautiful and so supportive. I feel like you're most likely going to meet this person after your transit. Like I think you're either moving somewhere or you're traveling somewhere, and that's going to be where you meet this person, and you two are going to have a really deep connection. Probably one of the deepest friendships that you've ever experienced in your life. Okay, anyway, the next few cards that we have for you, we have this one right here of Just Trust. If my camera will focus on this, that would be real great. Okay, so, oh my gosh, you guys. Are you seeing what I'm seeing in this card? I don't look at any of these cards before doing these readings. I don't, ever. And I was literally getting this vision of a plant with roots and then something eating those roots. What? Like, sorry, I need to take a minute because like, how do we have a card that literally has this sort of image? Like, okay. Just trust that you're going to be okay and you're going to find the best place to grow. You are going to find the best place to grow. You are being uprooted for a reason. This whole thing right here is happening for a reason because you're meant to uproot and move somewhere completely new and different. I feel like you almost felt like you never belonged in your current, I don't know, the bubble that you're in right now. It's almost like you felt like you don't fully belong there. I definitely see you uprooting yourself. And it's going to be very positive. It's a very positive uprooting. It's almost like you're a plant. Like, I don't know. I'm getting this image like of a tropical plant being planted like in northern Canada. You know what I mean? Like, or like Siberia. And it's just like suffering. And it's like, how do I survive here? It's because you don't belong there, right? And this year you're going to find where you belong. You're going to get to explore, and you get to find yourself this year. You get to find where you belong, and you get to find where you want to plant yourself. Okay? So, yes. The next card that we have is the Victory card. Ooh. You're going to be victorious in this. Do not lose hope, even if things seem hard at times, especially like, transitions can sometimes be hard. Even if they're positive transitions, sometimes they can still be challenging. And do not have stress or worry because you are going to be victorious through this. And I also see you stepping up into your greatest light because of this energy of moving away from this. Your energy is all of a sudden going to feel free. You're going to feel okay to radiate. And because your energy is going to be radiating more because you're finally, uprooting yourself and planting yourself where you can thrive, there's a lot in store for you where you're going to find yourself, and the things that you end up doing are going to grow very quickly. You're going to find success very quickly in your life. After leaving this, you're going to start to find success very quickly. It's almost like energy is just flowing again. Like I'm literally seeing like, again, that tropical plant that was suffering in like Siberia or something, and then you put it in the right environment, and then all of a sudden it starts blooming those beautiful birds of paradise flowers, and you're like, wait, I didn't even know it could do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's that victory, that's that crown that you're getting. All of a sudden you're gonna be able to thrive, and the things that you end up doing are going to be successful. Whereas before, like, if a birds of paradise tries to flower in a really bad environment, it will just droop and like lose all of its energy. So if you've been drooping and losing your energy and you've been having a hard time flowering, it's because of the environment that you were in. And that environment is going to shift in 2023. That's your main thing, is shifting that environment. And my goodness, you're going to be able to bloom. That is the key word. You're going to be able to bloom, okay? Then we also have inner truth. So I feel like you're definitely connecting to your inner wisdom. You're realizing what your truth is, and you're like, I don't want to suppress that anymore. I don't want to pretend that I'm something else when I'm not. I don't want to pretend that I'm a Siberian plant when I'm a tropical plant. You know what I mean? Like, your inner truth is really coming out, and I think you're going to be really just cutting ties with the things that truly don't really resonate with you or belong with you. So that is what we have there. Let's get into some more cards about the other surprises coming your way in 2023. So what other surprises do we have for my beautiful group ones for 2023? Let's see what we got for you. Okay, my nails are like too long to pick these up apparently. So we have knowledge, some other surprises. I think you're gonna get really interested in certain things in your life. Like, it's almost like you're picking up books, you're interested in learning, and you're finding something that you're truly passionate about, finding something that you're truly interested in. And it's gonna hit different. Like, I'm getting this feeling as if like you're like, oh, I've never even knew I could feel this way about something. I've been trying to find this for so long. It's almost like it finally clicks. You're finding something that really clicks with you. And it's going to be incredibly inspiring. And then we also have inspiration. So, I mean, this one just plays off this card, talking about the fact that you're finding something that really ignites your passions and your inspirations. And I feel like you're going to be really inspired to do certain things in this next year. And again, it's like you bloom and you find success a lot faster than you ever have before. We also have organization. I feel like this is the year where you're going to feel like you have your life together more than ever. Maybe not at first as you're going through this transition, but let me tell you, like, as you complete that transition and find where you're meant to be rooted, you're really going to get your life in order. Like, I don't think you're going to be upset from this transition for too long. I don't think it's going to be something that's like too lingering. Like, it's not going to linger a long time. So I feel like you're going to find your happiness very quickly because you're finally free to be yourself, and you're going to be really getting your life together. I see you also doing a huge declutter and a let go, like letting go of the old self. Like, there's a whole new you that's rebirthing, and it's almost like most of the things you own, I feel like a lot of you are going to do like a huge purge, and just almost have like a reset in this next year. So that is really great as well. Let's get into these next cards here and see what else we get. So group one, I have one card that came out. Let's see, group one. Filling this card as well. So Jade Mountain, things that used to keep you sort of like one thing about Jade Mountain, what I'm really feeling for you, especially since we have these two green cards, you're doing heart healing. Things that used to trigger you are no longer going to trigger you, and you're also finding your sanctuary in paradise. Like, you're overcoming big obstacles and you're finding like where you're really meant to be again. And then we have wisdom. Like, I can't even tell you, you're going to be learning so much this next year, and that's going to be another one of those surprises and gifts, is like the amount of wisdom that you're going to get throughout this year. And then you're going to be inspired to do something with it. I almost see you like maybe getting into teaching or healing for other people, teaching what you know, like it's somehow you're going to be organizing it into something, into your career. Like all of a sudden you're going to be organizing your life, and you're going to have such deep wisdom that it's almost like you're organizing it into something that can then benefit other people, is sort of something that I'm seeing in this. You may even join an organization as well. Like you may join, I don't know, like a class, or you may join like a retreat, or you may join like, I don't know, like there's some sort of organization. Maybe you're creating an organization. Maybe you're going to have people work for you or something like that. Or maybe you're joining an organization of some kind. There is something here. Like it could be school, learning. Maybe you are teaching, but you're organizing things together. I can't even explain what I'm seeing right now. Again, I have like no words. Hopefully this is making sense so far. And sometimes these things end up coming through as kind of vague in the readings because it's meant to be a general reading. So sometimes they come through a little bit vague, and then you sort of see how it unfolds in your personal life, like as the year goes on. So I just want to point that out as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what else we get with these cards. So perfect. We have quite a few that came out here. So we have pregnancy and wealth with peacock. For those of you that chose this pile, I don't necessarily think like literal pregnancy for you, although that may be something, especially if that's something that you've been planning for and desiring, then definitely that would apply to you. But for most people that chose this pile, I see pregnancy as being like fertile with ideas. Pregnant with so many ideas. Like it feels like you're incubating something. You may be incubating an idea to create this organization, for example, or you may be incubating a certain idea of what you want to do for money. But this is definitely connected to career because it's connected to the wealth right here. And I see you being excited to sort of show off, and you feel more like you're gonna gain success through this year. I need You're going to gain success this year in 2023. Group number one, like your wealth is increasing. We have the victory card and then the peacock card. You're going to feel more wealthy this year, I believe, than any other year. There's like more wealth. You may even be moving somewhere that may be like, I don't know, cheaper or something, and you feel more wealthy, or maybe your business is just going to be booming or something, or your career or something like that. And yeah, but definitely more money is coming in. And it's interesting because the next card that we have is stability and security with the anchor. You're going to be finding where you really belong, because the anchor indicates that you're ready to settle down and you're ready to anchor to something. You're going to be finding where you truly belong in this year. And then stability and security, money is going to be easier for you. There's stability and security with your money. You feel safe where you are, and you're going to feel safe where you're at with money, and yeah, with your sense of security and safety. Then we also have the horse card, and the horse card represents freedom and action. Man, that fits in with your reading so well, because the devil indicates oppression and the lack of freedom. And then all of a sudden, we have all these cards like the Six of Swords that's, talking about you moving into this new realm. And literally, you're going to feel more free this year than you ever have. It almost feels like you're liberated to be yourself, like your soul can finally shine its light fully without feeling the need to repress certain parts of itself. It's like you're allowed to be yourself finally, and it's going to feel so great. And I feel like it's going to cause you to take leaps and bounds ahead. If you think about how fast a horse moves, and this card is also about action, if you think about how fast they can move, it's incredibly fast. So I feel like as you allow your soul to shine more, all of a sudden, it's going to allow you to be much more victorious, because you can finally move. You're no longer repressing yourself. Like imagine, like energetically, if you're repressing parts of your soul, and your soul really wants to manifest certain things, let's say, but yet you have all this weight on you because you feel like, oh, I have to hide this part of my soul, I have to hide that, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. You're almost creating these like brick walls in front of you. And it's much harder to move like that, right? But imagine when you completely just take away all the bricks, all of the repression of yourself, and you just allow yourself to fully shine, you're going to be this super bright light. And light is the fastest, moving thing. Well, actually, technically, they actually discovered something that's faster than the speed of light, and it was recently discovered, and somebody won a Nobel Prize for it. But, and that thing is information. Information travels between two particles that are quantumly entangled. That's the fastest moving thing, is information between two entangled particles. But anyway, besides the point, when you're shining your light, you're going to be able to move super, super, super duper fast. That's why I think things are going to happen for you so quickly this year, and it's going to come as a big surprise to you. I feel like it's going to be a big shock at how fast you're manifesting certain things, because you're finally free. Your soul is free. And then that energy can come back to you, and then you're free to be yourself. And it's like, wow, the ball and chain is finally off of you. All those things that were oppressing your energy are finally off, and then you can literally lift off, like the spaceship lifting off, rather than being oppressed, right? No longer are we going to be oppressing our soul. All of a sudden it's here to take off. And that's what's going to be happening in 2023. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take our Astro Dice to get any more info. See what we got for you. We have Mercury in Virgo in the 3rd house. Definitely communication and networking. You're going to be meeting some really important people this next year. People that really transform you on a deep level. And this is also about deep healing as well. Learning and super deep healing. Virgo is actually one of the signs that's ruled by Mercury. And both of them together are deep knowledge, deep wisdom, deeper learning, getting organized. And we literally had the organization card as well. The 3rd house is about learning, about mental things, about healing the mind, especially when it's associated with Virgo, especially when Virgo is the ruler of the 3rd house. This creates a very healing energy. Mentally, we are healing ourselves. We're also networking with people that may be very healing to us, talking with people. The conversations that you have are going to spark within you healing and wisdom. This is such a deep learning year for you. I think you're going to get into self-development, personal development, and you may even take a course. This can indicate that you're taking courses, learning things, reading books, maybe even being self-taught for some of you. But definitely you're expanding your wisdom and your knowledge, your mind, and you're doing deep healing within that as well. Virgo can also indicate writing, especially when it's Mercury in Virgo in the 3rd house. Some of you may start writing a book. Some of you may get inspired to write a book or write an article or blog about something. Maybe you're going to start doing vlogs even and vlogging about things. I don't know, but there's some sort of sharing your wisdom here in some kind of way, shape, or form, either through maybe even social media, since we have the 3rd house there. That can indicate some social media and just meeting people that are on your same vibe. So that is what our Astro Dice have to say. And let's go ahead and get any last cards here. These are Oracle advice cards. I've been using them in literally every reading. They're one of my favorite decks of cards. So let's see what we get for you. Group 1, surprises in 2023. See, I'm feeling this card wants to come out. Grounded. So keep your roots. We have another theme about roots, you guys. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. So when you're deeply rooted into a place where you can thrive and you can grow, that's when you can grow the most, right? Is when you have a very stable foundation, you feel very rooted where you are, and you're getting enough, nutrients, and you're in the right environment. That's when you can grow the most tall, and that's when you feel the most grounded and secure, and that's what you're going to be doing in 2023. So I love that we have that theme showing up again, because that is a very important and powerful theme that came up for you. Let's see the last few cards that we have here. We have music, surprises and clearing. So music, there is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Signs are going to be around you in this next year. And I think music's going to be something that's very healing for you. Some of you may even like make music or write music or whatnot, but I think a lot of your signs and synchronicities are going to happen through music. So pay attention to the lyrics of the songs that get stuck in your head and things like that. We also have the card here of surprises. Ooh, under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. Man, oh man, I think you're going to be surprised a lot in 2023. I think this whole year is going to be full of surprises for you. Even when you feel like, oh, like this is regular, this is normal, like the universe has a lot of surprises for you. Group number 1 in 2023 is something that I'm feeling. It's like the universe is like, now is your year, now's your time, okay? This is your turn. So yeah. We also have clearing, make room for growth. So yeah, I was totally feeling like you're gonna have like a big purge or cleanse when it comes to maybe the things that you own, and like your old self, healing old wounds, and all that kind of jazz. So that makes sense. So that's what we have for you, my beautiful group number 1s. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me and hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's hop right into it. Okay, group number 2. I actually had to get up and like do something really quick, and then when I came back I was like, I want roses on this reading. So we added some roses, and how cute is that? Love it. Anyway, I just felt like, I don't know, the energy here, we needed roses. So yeah. The cards that we have for you is the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So one of the surprises that's coming up for you, first I want to say that with this Ten of Swords, this can indicate that maybe we've been struggling a little bit mentally with something, like maybe we've just been having a hard time, maybe we are getting stressed more easily lately, or we have maybe a major stress in our life right now that's kind of been weighing on us. And what I see for you as a surprise in 2023 is that there's going to be something new that you're really inspired about. Especially if there hasn't been something new lately that you've, added into your routine or life. Like maybe life has just gotten kind of like, it's the same old thing. And in 2023, there's going to be something new that you end up taking up and doing. And it's something that you're actually going to be quite dedicated to. It's not going to be something that's like, oh, I tried that new thing and like maybe I'll do it again in like a year from now. It's not that. There's going to be something new that you're inspired by, and it's going to be something that you are going to begin doing a lot, actually, and dedicating quite a bit of your time to. Like the Knight of Pentacles can indicate something that we're doing like really regularly. This is something that's going to take you out of like mental stress. This is going to be something that heals that mental stress. So I see you taking up, it's almost like a hobby that you're taking up. And there's also a lot of career things going on in this reading as well, but I'm definitely seeing a new hobby that you're taking up that you're actually going to be quite dedicated to, and you're actually going to get quite good at it. Like the Knight of Pentacles, he's so dedicated to something that he focuses on the detail of it. He wants to learn everything about it, and he wants to become a master of it. So this is something that, yeah, I see you kind of getting really inspired by this. You may even take courses or classes on whatever this thing is in order to kind of like fine-tune your ability with it or your understanding of it. So I'm seeing you doing that, like some sort of courses or classes, learning about something. You may just like pick up a book on it or watch videos online about it, but you're definitely dedicated to whatever this thing is, and you're so into it. And again, it's going to start off as a hobby, but I feel like it's going to become more like throughout this next year, this is going to become a deeper and deeper aspect of your life that it's going to end up taking some sort of form on, where maybe it becomes perhaps like a career of yours, or maybe it's just going to become like a side business for you, or I don't know, but there's something becoming of this. There's something becoming of this new hobby or new interest. that you're going to be utilizing it more and more. It's going to incorporate deeper into your life to the point where it's becoming a new identity for you. And you're going to be really into this new thing. And it's definitely going to be a beautiful escape from whatever this is. And it's almost like it's offering a sense of healing to whatever you've been going through. And if some of you have been dealing with like even health stuff, this could be physical health, mental health, emotional health, all the things. This is going to heal you on many aspects. Like I'm seeing you getting into a better emotional state, mental state, spiritual state, and physical state. Especially because the pentacles indicate your physical well-being in the physical body and all the physical aspects, all the material aspects of the world. And your body falls under the category of the material world, right? So I feel like you're getting your health to a new level. You're going to take your health more seriously and you're much more dedicated to it. You know, when we kind of like start something new and it's difficult, this year you're going to have the motivation and the energy and just like the focus and the awareness to follow through on many things. And it's going to come like one after the other. What I'm really seeing here is like it's going to start as one thing that all of a sudden you get really dedicated to, but then it like branches out into other aspects of your life. Like just as the Ace of Wands kind of starts off as one stick, but then you get these branches coming out. This is going to be something that blooms into more. And this like one hobby is going to expand to other aspects of your life. Like for example, just pulling out a random example, just so you can understand what I'm talking about. Let's say you all of a sudden start taking up yoga and you're like, wow, that really heals my mental and emotional and spiritual states. And then you're like, ooh, that's really cool. So you dedicate it to it. And maybe you start doing it like once a week. And then it becomes like 5 times a week. But then because you're learning yoga, all of a sudden you're learning about holistic health. And then you're like, ooh, I'm going to change my diet. But it's just so natural and so easy to like follow through into those other areas that it's branching off into. You know what I mean? So it's something like that starts off as one idea, one thing that you're dedicated to, and then it branches out into so much more. And this is going to be something that brings you freedom. The 9 of Pentacles is wildly good. Like, she is in her element. If you've been feeling out of alignment the past, year, couple years, maybe you've been feeling like, this hasn't been my year, whatever, you are getting back into alignment in 2023. Group 2. My goodness, the 9 of Pentacles is pure alignment and pure joy, where we feel freedom in what we're doing and we're feeling freedom in our life. It feels like you can breathe fresh air and you can move freely and you're not so stuck and so rigid. You know how responsibilities and tasks can sometimes make us feel very stuck and very rigid, and it feels like we almost have no freedom to do what we want. It seems like with the way that you're branching out in this next year, you are going to become much more independent for one, and you're going to become much more sovereign over your own life. It feels like you have more control over your life. It feels also like you're having more fun with your life. And you're really okay being on your own. It's like you really are defining what your element is. And you are creating the environment where you feel in your element all the time. That's what you're creating in this next year. And it all starts from this one little seed. This one little idea is going to branch out so much more and open you up to so much. And it's interesting because the Ace of Wands, it's kind of like this tree that's growing, and the trees start from one seed. The Knight of Pentacles, we have like it's sort of starting a forest, but then the 9 of Pentacles, the original depiction of it, she's standing around all of this nature and all these plants that are like fruiting. So it's a card that talks about abundance as well. This is going to expand so much to where you feel very abundant next year. And I really feel like by the end of next year, you're going to be like, wow, the fruits of my labor have paid off. But it also doesn't really feel like a lot of labor because this is something that's going to inspire you. You're going to be inspired to do all of these things, so it doesn't necessarily feel like tons of work and effort. And I feel like it's a shift in direction in your life, but it's going to feel very natural. It's going to be a natural shift in your direction, and it almost just enhances your life and transforms it in a very natural, easy way, you know? And it is going to require like dedication and focus to like build this skill or build whatever this is. But it doesn't, like, I'm not getting the feeling like it's hard. There may be times when you're like, wow, I really need to put in a lot of work. But at the same time, it's like you're inspired to do so. It's like the energy is right there. You don't have to like force it, you know? So that's like kind of the overall energy that we have there. And you're really creating a new world with that Nine of Pentacles. I know I might be rambling here, but I just really wanted to like make that as detailed as possible. So anyway, let's get into our next few cards here. The next card that we have is Action Leads to Success. You're definitely going to be taking action on whatever this idea is, which makes sense, and it's going to lead to success, which is our Nine of Pentacles. So this card's kind of reiterating what we were talking about, but I definitely feel like this is your action year. 2023 is your action year because there's a new thing that you're going to be, again, inspired by. And then we also have let go and bury. Ooh, so you are letting go of like old things. There's a death of your old self happening in 2023. This self is no longer going to be here. You're becoming this self. And, you know, when you look between these two images, which one do we really want to be? You know what I mean? Do we want to be this free, like, woo, I'm having so much fun, I'm in so much abundance, Nine of Pentacles, like I have everything I need around me and life is so easy and so free? Or do we want to have a bunch of swords in our back where we are like, you know, at our knees feeling, you know, weighed down and trampled on? Right? Because that's the energy between these two. So you're really going to be finding a lot of healing through this new inspiration, through this new thing. And you're really going to be like saying goodbye to the old you. The old you is just irrelevant in this next year. You're really creating a brand new you because of this new inspiration, these new ideas. So, yeah. And it's interesting that we have the depiction of the mosquito here. At least I think that that's a mosquito. I'm like 90% sure that that's a mosquito. Either way, mosquitoes are super annoying. They suck our blood. They suck our energy. They leave us with a welt that's super itchy and super annoying. You're burying those parts of your life. Those parts of your life that sucked your energy and left you with annoyances that bothered you. That's what you're letting go of this year. Ooh, we also have evolve into your complexity. You're going to start to understand yourself on like a much deeper level. You're going to see yourself so much deeper than you have before. You're also going to start really embracing yourself and all these different sides. Like you're going to branch out so much more and realize that you are so much more than what you used to think. Like, we are complex beings, and sometimes it's hard to figure ourselves out, right? This is the year that you're just evolving into all that you are. And you're discovering new avenues that are so inspiring. And it's like the learning, I feel like, is something that gives us so much energy and vitality. Like, I'm someone who really relates to this reading because I love learning new things. It gives me life. If I go a whole year without like learning something new that I'm really passionate about, like something that I can really like dive into, I don't feel as fulfilled. So I really relate to like what this reading is saying, and you're going to find a lot of fulfillment in learning something new. And it's going to be great. So let's get into some more cards here for you. Group 2. Let's see what else we get. So group 2, surprises for 2023. Let's see, we have authenticities coming out. So you're ready to just be your true self. You're ready to say what's on your mind. You're ready to honor what you really think, how you really feel. I think you're going to speak a lot of your truth in 2023, and you're just so ready to do that. Like the throat chakra, you're ready to express yourself rather than repress yourself. I really think you're going to be taking action towards your authentic truth. Some of you felt almost repressed to be your true self because you're like, oh, I don't want to get judged. I don't want, I don't want to get judged. I don't want to step on anybody else's toes. Like, there's a lot of reasons why we choose to repress certain aspects of ourselves. But I see you allowing your true self to shine and getting really deep into that. It's like your throat chakra is healing. If some of you have been struggling with like throat things lately, or if you've had like maybe sore throats throughout the year, or I don't know, just other throat things going on, it can indicate that we need to heal more of our throat chakra. And I feel like something that you've been feeling lately is wanting to be more authentic, wanting to be more honest with yourself for the most part. And then also, of course, honest with other people and things like that too. And I think that's something you're going to be diving deeper into. We also have true love, come to me. This next year, I think you're getting closer and closer to what it is that you love. If you have a partner already, if you have a person in your life, I feel like you're getting much closer to them in this next year. Much closer to them. If you are single or in a situationship, I feel like you're going to be calling in true love in this next year. And that's something you're going to be connecting to deeper, and you're going to start seeing, what do I really deserve? What do I value? All right, we're back. My camera ran out of memory there, so I had to go and change all that. But we're back, and I think I was just talking about how you are increasing your value in this next year, how you value yourself. And I wouldn't be surprised, if some of you, if you're in a relationship, I see you really getting closer with that person in this next year, so much closer. For those of you that are single or in a situationship, I see you calling in real, authentic, true love in this next year. So that is what we have right there. And let's get even deeper. So group 2, surprises in 2023. We have abundance from within. I think you're going to start realizing that you deserve so much more, and that's kind of the value that we were picking up on this card. But I think you're going to realize that you deserve literally so much more, and I think that's going to contribute to you actually making more money, because the 9 of Pentacles indicates a lot of material wealth and a lot of material security. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing an increase in your finances, an increase in maybe what you own as well. You may be buying something or investing in something in this next year. It seems like those increased finances are going to be paying off, and you're going to be gaining more in this next year. And then we also have cooperation. So you may also get connected with more people that can accelerate you in your life. For example, when it comes to this new thing that you're going to be doing, this new hobby or this new thing, it might transpire into more of a career, and you might find people that you are working with in this next year that really help make your dreams happen, or really help make your inspirations more of an actuality. So these could be people that are helping teach you, help guide you. They could be mentors that are really helping you, or they could be people that you are hiring in your business, for example, or other people that you're meeting that can really help accelerate you forward into this kind of new realm that you're creating for yourself. So that's all very exciting things. Group number 2, I am so excited for you and for this next year. So let's go ahead and shuffle these next cards, and let's see what else we get for you. So group two, we have mountain, challenges and achievements, things that once stood in your way. Things that once felt like a huge mountain that you had to climb and overcome. If there's been something that you've been really trying to overcome, this is the year that you're going to overcome that. I also see you, the achievements word is really sticking out to me. I think you're going to be recognized and acknowledged for something. There could be a big achievement that you are getting to. This could be like getting a certificate. So again, if you're like learning something, you could be getting a certificate. Maybe there's an award for something that you're doing. There may be something that you're going into where you're going to get like a physical trophy, reward, plaque, or some sort of certificate or degree or something like that. But there's something that you're achieving, like you're graduating to the next level. You've made it a big milestone ahead and you're being recognized for that milestone. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind as well. It may be like a trek or a journey to kind of like get up that mountain, but I really see that you're achieving something that is being recognized and you're being celebrated for that. You're being celebrated for the amount of effort that you've put into something, and you're being at the top in the center of attention for this for a moment. It's like, woo, like, I don't know what this is going to be for you, but I'm getting definitely like trophies, plaques, awards, and things like that in my head, or certificates. And then we also have old man, so inheritance, male. You're definitely bringing in more money. That one also is connected to money. It's also connected to saving money and then being able to invest it somewhere. Something that's like, it grows with time. You may even be creating like evergreen money and like evergreen income. So evergreen income is, for example, when you create something once and then it brings in money continually moving forward. So that's that. And I see that that's something that you may be creating, something that you're putting a lot of effort into that's finally being paid off. Like it may feel like you've been putting effort into something for a long time and you're finally being like paid for that in this next year. So the money and the wealth that you deserve is coming in. And then we also have moose. Ooh, acceptance and eccentric. I think you're really accepting like the more quirky sides of yourself. You're allowing your eccentric sides to show. And you're just allowing you to be you in this next year. I feel like you're accepting yourself on a deep level, and it's going to free you to kind of really be who you want to be. And also the moose, like, they get through challenges. They're really tough. Your head's going to be tougher specifically as well. Especially if some of you have been dealing with like mental stuff, or you've been kind of tearing yourself down, or your mind has been against you, or any of that. The antlers are really symbolizing strength in the mind and strength in your head. So it feels safer to dive into things. It feels safer to go into new things, and it also feels safer to be in your mind. You're starting to protect your mind more, and you're having a tougher mind where you have more control over yourself, your mentality, and all of that. It's like you're protected more as well. You have like a tougher exterior, and you have like a shield that protects you. So that's also something that's coming through for 2023. And then we also have this is one of my favorite cards. We have the scarab beetle, nourishment and transformation. So the scarab beetle actually in ancient Egypt is really connected to the brain. So a lot more brain healing again in this next year. Your mindset is healing. The scarab, these two wings represent the different hemispheres of the brain. So you're becoming much more balanced. You're becoming much stronger in your intuition as well as in your logical side. And when both of those are in balance, when you have like total brain coherence, especially if you have brain-heart coherence, your body operates much better, and you're able to tap into like who you really are a lot easier. You're able to tap into your intuition more. You're able to tap into the divine energies of your body, and like things just make more sense. Things are in so much more flow when you have those things in harmony. So I feel like you're going to be nourishing your mental mind more in this next year. You're also going to be nourishing your body so much more in this next year. And you're going to be making some big transformations. Like, your new self in this next year is going to be wildly different than the current self that you may be right now. And you may even be on the cusp or the precipice of creating these changes right now. And you may be feeling them right now. And you may be listening to this reading being like, yeah, that makes sense for me. And if that's the case, it's like you're already on that precipice of this transformation. And let me just tell you, it's going to be a wild transformation. Some of you may also be listening to this and maybe you haven't reached that cusp yet, and maybe you're like, oh my God, I really hope that happens. And if so, I just want to let you know that this is the energy that you're already moving into. The fact that you even chose this pile and this group and that you're attracted to it says that the energy is already in momentum for you, and this is what you're moving towards. You're moving towards big transformations, big new inspirations that are going to completely like awaken you and transform you and bring you to achievements. Those challenges that you were once through, you're overcoming them and you're reaching the achievement that you've been trying to get to, and you are reaching some sort of award or certificate or something like that in this next year, and it's going to be quite significant. It was like a mountain that you had to climb, and you've climbed it, and you know, you are deserving of that award in this next year. So that's what's going to be coming for you. So I'm really excited about that. And with that being said, let's get into our Astro Dice to get some more information on your reading. And then we're going to go into some really cool Oracle cards after. Okay, one of them fell on the floor and it landed on Capricorn. You're just going to have to believe me on that. So we have the South Node in Capricorn in the 6th house. I feel like the nodes rarely ever come up in the Astro Dice, and they're coming up for you. The South Node deals with your past. Capricorn deals with this mountain. Like, if there was a perfect card to attach to Capricorn, it would be this card right here. So the challenges and achievements, that is the most Capricorn thing. And then we have the 6th house, which is connected to Virgo, and it's connected to healing, it's connected to work, it's connected to money, it's connected to being of service to others, it's connected to the environment, our pets, our health, all of those different things. The South Node deals with the past though, and you're overcoming challenges. If you've been going through a health challenge, this is the year of healing that and finding what the root cause is, because the South Node is kind of like the root. So you're finding the root cause, and it's really interesting as well because we had the Ace of Wands, which is kind of also a rooting kind of thing that's sprouting. So you're going to be finding answers. If you've been dealing with sort of health things, you're going to be finding the root cause of that and then getting over that, overcoming that challenge. If you've I also think you're going to be redoing your schedule and routine. Your schedule and routine is going to look quite different because that's also 6th house energy. Your environment is going to be improving, and you're going to be improving the environment that you're in over this next year. So this could be like buying new things, all that jazz, moving somewhere even, because the the 9 of Pentacles is a very environmental card as well, and it talks about having a very blissful and beautiful environment that you just feel so happy about. And it usually talks about the material things that we have. So it's like your material environment is improving as well. So you might just be surrounded by more things that make you feel great. Like maybe you're gonna, have more plants in your yard or something, or maybe you're gonna like buy new furniture and redo it. I don't know. All these different options, right? So definitely your environment is improving. Your money and your career is improving as well. You're getting over old challenges from your past. You're getting epiphanies on why you were once stuck in certain areas, and you're going to be moving forward on that, overcoming those, and then achieving kind of the things that you've been desiring in career, especially if there's been achievements that you've wanted to reach within your career. Those are going to be reached in 2023. Especially if it deals with numbers and money. Like if you had like a number on like money that you wanted to reach, or like certain other numbers that you've been wanting to reach, 2023 looks like that is the year for that. Also with the 6th house, healing, schedule, health, routine. Your health is definitely going to be improving, even your diet, exercise, your body. I think you're going to be kind of looking at, if you've ever like neglected your body in a certain way in the past, you're going to be looking at that and overcoming that, and reaching those like fitness goals, because 6th house also deals with our fitness. And then let me think of anything else with the 6th house. That's pretty much all I can think of right now. Definitely improvements in career. I think you're going to be desiring to heal other people's like past wounds and things like that in this next year as well. So that may be something that becomes part of your career in some way, shape, or form. So now let's go into our last oracle cards here. These ones are like beautiful spiritual advice cards. I'm sure you guys have seen me use these before, and if you are new here, these are my favorite oracle cards. Anyway, you also got my favorite card in the deck. Can I just say that right now? You just got the wish card. Whenever this card comes up, it is a sign from the universe to make a wish right now, because what you wish for right now is going to happen. So think about what you truly want to wish for. When you have it in your mind, pause the video, say it out loud, write it down, whatever you need to do, but make your wish. What do you want in this next year? Because this is the universe's promise that they're going to make it happen for you. So think about it deeply, what it is that you desire in your life, because whenever the wish card comes up, that is what it is. So come back to this video when you're ready, after you've made your wish. And this says, make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Obviously, you don't actually need a dandelion, but just saying it out loud, and then you can blow it out. Imagine that you're blowing the leaves of a dandelion away, kind of, when they become fuzzy and stuff. And then make your wish, and then imagine that that is what is happening. And then you'll get your wish, my love. So with that being said, let's get into some other oracle cards. Oh, guys, oh my goodness. I was kind of feeling a possible teacher energy from you, or like learning. So you may be going to a teacher and being a student, or you may be a deliberate teacher in this next year in some way, shape, or form. You're either a learner or a teacher. But anyway, inspire others and let nature be your greatest teacher. You are going to be learning so much about yourself and transforming on such a deep level that I feel like you're just going to have a lot of wisdom to share and help others. And I feel like that's something that you're going to end up doing in this next year. So exciting reading, group number 2. I absolutely loved giving that reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up on this video to let me know. You can also hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos if you are wanting to watch more. So anyway, with that being said, I'm sending you so much love. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye. All right, so group 3, if you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's get right into it. Okay, so group 3, we have some really cool cards for you. So we have the Shadow Work card, then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and then the Queen of Pentacles here. So when we start off your reading with this Shadow Work card, you're going to be going so much deeper into yourself in this next year. And I feel like there's going to be some spontaneous healing and like big spontaneous realizations that help you like crack open and get over like other things that used to hold you back. I think that you're going to be like overcoming old fears that you've had. So there's going to be certain things that I think you end up doing, and there are things that you've wanted to do for a while, but maybe we had certain fears like, oh no, I can't do that because of this, or oh no, I don't have enough time for that, or oh no, I don't want to do that because I have a fear of like stepping out of my comfort zone or whatnot. You're healing that in this next year, and it's going to set you free, and it's actually going to open up a new opportunity for you. This Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity opening that you are like taking action on. I think it's specifically being awakened because of this deeper sort of shadow work that you're doing. And if you don't know what shadow work is, it's basically when we look at the unconscious parts of ourselves that we don't even see or realize that are there. So for example, if we're getting triggered by something, or if we have a fear about something, there's usually a root cause within us that's unconscious. And so shadow work is when we make the unconscious conscious. We bring awareness to it. And it's interesting because right when we bring awareness to certain things, especially like triggers or fears or whatnot, it usually makes the trigger or the fear heal and go away. Because right when we see what the root cause of it is, it's like, oh, that's where that's stemming from. And then it all of a sudden no longer bothers us because we're like, oh, it's not the thing that I thought it was. It was actually this other deeper thing. And then through that awareness, I don't know, it just like, it heals, it comes to light, and it's no longer really a trigger or a fear anymore. So I feel like that's something that you're gonna be going through in this next year, and it's gonna cause you to ascend quite a bit in your level of consciousness, and it's gonna open up new doors for you that you didn't even realize were there. This Ace of Pentacles, like, this is something that I think is going to be quite exciting for you to dive into. And then we also have this Hermit card. I'm getting a really spiritual vibe from those of you that chose this group. So you're going down, like, I'm getting Alice in Wonderland vibes for you. This Hermit card is going down the rabbit hole. We even have these like stripes over here, and this is just so reminding me of this Alice in Wonderland vibe, where you're going way more in depth into other realms of yourself, and you're discovering other things about the world and about spirituality. I really think, okay, for those of you that chose this group, if you're like not super into spirituality yet, I feel like this next year you're actually going to really get into it because of the healing that you're going to be doing. But for those of you, I feel like most of you who chose this group, you're already like, yeah, I'm super spiritual. You're going even further into that in this next year, and exploring more and learning more. There could be times in this next year where you have like a nice time for retreat and rejuvenation. I feel like time is going to be really on your side in this next year, and that's something that maybe a lot of you have been wishing for or hoping for. You've kind of been wishing for more time to yourself, and that is what you're going to be getting in this next year. But it's not like boring time to yourself by any means. It's like time to yourself that you are really excited about, and you're going to get your best ideas through this time by yourself. You're going to be getting the best ideas. I also think you're going to discover like a new aspect of yourself that's really excited to emerge and come out. These rainbows are also really sticking out to me. There's like a lot of happiness, especially around this new idea here. There's going to be a new idea, new desire, new thing that you might be building or working on, where there's going to be a lot of inspiration and a lot of divine energy around it. So that's something that's happening as well. Some of you may be looking at investing your money somewhere as well, because when we have both of these cards, it can indicate that we're investing our money into something. So this could be investing it into learning, investing it into buying a house, investing it into buying, upgrading our life through certain purchases, other things like that. But I'm definitely seeing like upgrading your life, possibly investing your money into something that's going to grow into more. And let me tell you, the amount that you are growing and shifting in this next year, you're becoming the Queen of Pentacles. You're becoming the master of your time. For those of you that chose this group, I would not be surprised if lately you've been like, my time is just like, I don't know, imbalanced. The time in your life is imbalanced. Like maybe we have too many responsibilities, or maybe we have like too much of something and we're like, it's like we're not filling it up correctly, and maybe we're just having a hard time with time in our life. You're becoming the master of your time. And I also feel like you're diving deeper into balance and deeper into your sensuality, deeper into things that truly bring you lasting fulfillment. And you're really seeing what that is. Like, I just see this big, like, almost like mastery type of energy. There could even be something that you're doing in this next year that you're becoming a master of it. It's maybe starting off as sort of a new idea in the beginning of the year, and then by the end of the year, it's like, oh, I've become like a master of it, because you're really going to be spending a lot of time doing whatever this is, and you're becoming the master level of it. And I just feel like you're going to feel so much more balanced and integrated. there's such a great energy in this group. Like, we have 2 major arcana cards, then we have an ace, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Like, this is such a great group. I think you're also getting deeper in touch with your divine feminine energy as well. And the feminine is about being. It's not necessarily about doing, although I do see a balance in your ability to do and make things happen in this next year. I see you working a lot more on just being and allowing yourself to enjoy kind of the things that you're building and whatnot. And the fact that we have 2 pentacle cards, there's definitely quite a bit that's going to be changing and transforming in your material world, and then also deeper in your spiritual world. And I think as you work on your spiritual world, it's like this world gets a lot more balanced. Your material world gets a lot more balanced. I definitely see learning new things in this next year as well, being very prominent, and definitely a lot of healing through that shadow work kind of energy. I think there's something that you're also manifesting, like a physical thing that you've been trying to manifest is happening in this next year. But this is a physical thing. So if you've been trying to manifest, a new house or a new home, or if you've been trying to manifest a certain career, if you've been trying to manifest a certain opportunity, if you've been trying to manifest more money, whatever this is material in that sense, and you're going to be definitely manifesting it in this next year. So if there's been something that you've been desiring, something that you've been writing down, that you've been wanting to manifest in this next year, I really see that happening for you, especially if it's a material type of thing, like career, home, things that you own, investing your money in general. Learning could also be an aspect of the Pentacles as well. So lots of things right there. So let's get into our next few cards for you. So the next one we have is prayer answered. Certain things that you've been hoping for and praying for are absolutely coming to you. And they're coming to you very easily in this next year. Something that you've been definitely praying for. Even this card, it almost looks like she's praying for something. Either she's praying for healing, something like that. But this prayer is being answered. Something that you've been... I almost see some of you have been like down on your hands and knees, like being like, please answer this prayer. Please answer this call. Please bring me this, healing, or bring me this thing. Some of you, I feel like, have had a moment like that within this last year, and that prayer is being answered in 2023. Ooh, and then we also have immense growth. Yes, I am seeing immense business growth right now. Group 3. Holy, yeah. Wow. You know what? Yeah, I so see that for you. Between this Ace of Pentacles, hold on, guys. You're going to be getting such a deep idea that puts you into hermit mode because you're just like so dedicated to it. There's something you're going to be so dedicated to that you're just almost going to cut ties with a lot of things in your life. And you're going to be like, guys, like, you might be texting your friends or your family being like, I'm going to be MIA for the next like few months because I'm deep diving on this thing. Like, you have an idea that you are so ready to bring to life. Group 3. Wow. And you're going to be making it happen. I really feel like this is career. And look at this immense growth card. Like, this is exponential growth. We even have the golden ratio here. Like, you're in a golden year in this next year. Golden year. And gold is also, tied to money. It's connected to bringing in money into your life and abundance. You're going to have an abundance of new clients or people that know your work. And I see you going hermit mode on this new idea. Like, some of you may own your own business, or you may get an idea to start a business, and then you're going hermit mode because you're just like putting all your focus into it. You're going to be putting all your focus into something. And look at this growth. You're becoming the queen. So it's like going into that mastery level of this thing because you're diving so deep into it. Wow. And then the immense growth. I definitely think like you're attracting more audience to you, to the point where you're thriving, your money's increasing. Like, if some of you are like thinking about starting a business, like this is gonna take off. This could also be talking about your own internal growth, which makes sense because I definitely felt like tons and tons of spiritual growth for you because you're like going down the rabbit hole this next year. So I also think that this is immense growth mentally and spiritually for you and emotionally, but then also physically. Money, career, your entire learning, your entire wisdom, your entire knowledge. There's immense growth happening here. Like exponential, okay? Then we also, oh my goodness, you guys, look what card we have next. We have, it fell perfectly in place. Okay, we have the Master Manifester card, and the spider is actually super significant in this card because spiders weave webs, and whenever we see spiders a lot, or whenever we see like spider webs or something, it's like we're weaving something together, and that's like the creation process. You're weaving together like energies, and it's almost like a grid. You're creating a new grid right now of your life where it's going to manifest into something solid this year. So you're creating something very solid. The fact that you even have this Master Manifester card, that's so significant. Literally, like you're taking an idea. The Ace of Pentacles, it's so interesting because the Ace of Pentacles talks about your potential. It's a seed. You can think about this card as a seed. And you get to decide whether you plant it and how much dedication you put towards it. And we all know a seed has the potential to become a whole plant. And that whole plant has a potential to spread even more, to spread more seeds and become a whole forest. So one seed can become a whole forest, but it depends how we care for that seed. It depends our dedication towards making that seed thrive, right? So that's what's going on in the beginning of the year. I feel like in the beginning of the year, there's this sort of seed that you're going to see or discover between now and the next 3 months, you know, for the first 3 months of this next year. So by March, I feel like there's going to be this idea, this seed. And then it really depends on how you act on it. But this can become something so big by the month of September is what I'm feeling. By the month of September, number 9. So 3 and 9, actually 3, 6, 9, those are divine numbers, Nikola Tesla, you know what I mean? But anyway, 3, 6, 9 is actually going to be very significant for you, and that's also our golden ratio, and that's probably why I'm getting these numbers in my head of 3, 6, 9, because literally this is like your golden ratio year, okay? So March, June, and September, those are key months for you. So by March, there's going to be this seed and you get to decide whether to act on it. And if you do act on it, by the month of June, it's going to be ready to flourish. It's going to be a sprouted plant. And then by the month of September, this could be even bigger. This whole plant could become more of a forest for you. It could be, beginning to become a forest. And then of course, as we know, if we're following this number sequence, the next number is 12, which breaks down into a 3. So we have our 3, 6, 9 again. And that's our golden ratio, kind of like 3, 6, 9 is really incorporated into the golden ratio, but the golden ratio, of course, is more exponential. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But those numbers are correlated. Anyway, this is your Master Manifester year. This is your Master Manifester year. Ace to the Queen. An idea into something that is so self-sustaining. This is your year of creating greatness, let me tell you. If you have an idea, Spirit is like, act on it. And you may need to hermit yourself for a bit so that you can actually get work done, so that you can actually do whatever this thing is, learn about it, dive deep into it. Literally, dive deep this year. This is your year to make this happen. This is your year of becoming a master manifester. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our next few cards. So what else is happening for my group 3s? And you know what's interesting? You're actually group 3, and 3, 6, 9 is significant for you. So, and then look we also have our 12 right here. Oh my goodness. So anyway, The numbers, man, they are significant. So we also have abundance coming in. That makes total sense for you. We have a lot of crown chakra colors because we have a lot of this purple going on. We have the purple in the Hermit, Master Manifester, abundance. There's purple in the shadow work card. So your crown chakra, you're going to be really awakening and getting tons of ideas and creativity. It's like your connection to divine source energy is very strong in this next year. So your ideas are going to be in flow. You're going to be getting ideas more than ever. Also, when our connection to source is that strong, we get a lot of spiritual downloads. I feel like you're just going to be very connected to your higher self. You're going to be up leveling to your, look, we have another purple card. You're going to be up leveling greatly into your higher self. Tons of abundance. Again, imagination, your creativity is going to be bursting in this next year. Also, I think I told this to another group, but I'm feeling it for you as well because they also had this imagination card. When this card comes up, keep a notebook next to you at all times, or keep your phone notes out. And every time you get an idea, especially if it's an idea that you're like, oh, wow, that's a cool idea, write it down, because let me tell you, you're going to be getting so many ideas in this next year that you're going to forget things easily. Like ideas that you had 5 minutes ago, all of a sudden you're going to have a bunch of new ideas and you're going to be like, wait a minute, what was that other idea? That one was so good too. Write it down, because you're going to get so much downloads that, you know, you're going to be overwriting old ideas that actually had tons of value. So please write it down. This is your year of like getting so many downloads and so many ideas and synchronicities. So yes, write things down. Keep a notebook next to you. Take out your phone notes. Make a new note section and put my amazing ideas there or something. And don't forget to write things down, because yeah, you're going to be getting tons of ideas. Let's see what else we get for you. Group 3 for the year of 2023. Let's see, we have good fortune. I mean, if that one doesn't also scream manifesting your deepest desires, then I don't know what will. So your prayers are going to be answered. Good fortune is on your side. This one is very connected to that abundance thing that we were talking about, the immense growth card that we had, that Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, it's all very much connected. And then we also have Goddess of Oneness. This is you connecting to your highest self. Look at this. Goddess of Oneness. You're becoming one with your soul and who you really are. This is your year of defining yourself more than ever. You're really going to let your uniqueness begin to shine. The one of this card, oneness. That is when you become your original self. There's not going to be a mold that you're trying to fit of anyone else. You're realizing your own uniqueness, and you're realizing how amazing and inspiring and magical that is on its own. And you're going to be embracing that so much more. These messengers, there's going to be spirit messengers around you, particularly birds. White birds are going to be significant in this next year. They're going to be your messengers, reminding you to shine your light, to let your uniqueness shine. Every time you see a white bird, this is a sign to let your uniqueness shine. Let your light shine. Don't repress it. Don't repress yourself. Don't repress your authenticity. Don't be like, oh, I can't be like that, I'm going to be judged. No, this is time to let judgment go on its wayside and just be like your full self. This is a year of defining who you really are and rooting in that so much to where you're like, yes, I love myself. I'm going to be myself. Like, that is what it is all about. So this is about you embracing that. So yeah, also other good things about this new year, you're up leveling, your appearance is going to be glowing. Your appearance is going to be glowing this year. I feel like this is your year of like stepping into more beauty. Whenever this card comes up, it also talks about beauty, stepping into more beauty. And a lot of the times when we feel great, we look great. Our skin starts glowing. Our eyes start glowing. We start smiling more. And smiles always just like like give off the energy of like beauty and, you know, all that jazz. I just feel like this is your year of shining so much more, and being much more confident, connecting to those deeper sides and aspects of yourself. So let's go ahead and get into these cards right here. We have Whale, Wisdom Keeper. So for one, you're also, you're going to be learning a lot. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of reflection for you. The shadow work plus this Wisdom Keeper, you're going so much deeper into your subconscious, and you're getting over old subconscious fears that used to hold you back a lot. And this is the year that you're going to be healing from that and getting over that. That's no longer going to affect you moving forward, and it's going to allow you to take quantum leaps in your life forward. So keep that in mind. And this is going to be wisdom that I feel like you end up sharing more of. And then we also have Acceptance, Eccentric, Moose. This one came up for another pile as well. And this one is about your mentality becoming very strong as well, because these antlers talk about your mentality is going to become very strong, and it's going to be almost impenetrable from, like, you know, judgments of others, blah, blah, blah. It's like you're putting up a mental shield to protect yourself and to just be yourself without letting other stuff come and raid your mind, right? The eccentric part as well, you're really letting your uniqueness out. Like, this is your year of letting your uniqueness out, and of accepting who you are. Okay. Let's see what else we get. My beautiful group threes. We also have loyalty and determination. So you're definitely going to be very determined about something. And I feel like what this thing is this new idea that you're going to be having, the seed that you're wanting to be planting. You're going to be very determined to make it happen, and you're going to be very loyal to a certain maybe schedule, or like the loyalty of growing the seed, making it turn into the best thing possible. There's going to be a lot of loyalty in that direction. A lot of determination, dedication, a lot of willpower coming through. So let's go ahead and take our Astro dice now. We're going to roll all of these together to get any last information. Then we're also going to take out my favorite Oracle deck and get some other info to end us off. But let's get this to get any more major info for your year. So group 3, we have the Sun, in Cancer in the 10th house. Wow, okay, I mean, career growth, could you ever have like a better astrological thing to come out to scream career growth? I don't know. But this is definitely abundance and career growth and reaching big goals. The 10th house is reaching big goals. It's the house of determination. It's the house of goals. It's the house of new heights. And it's also the house of self-improvement. So this is going to be your major focus. This is where your soul is, your soul. This is also when we gain more audience. More people are going to be noticing our craft, our career. They're going to be noticing how we've been working on ourselves and how we're reaching new heights. There's also going to be a lot of healing here. Some of you are going to have a lot of psychic downloads around this because we have this Cancer energy. This is a lot of love, a lot of dedication over here. The passion that you're going to have in your career is unlike any other. And you may feel like recluse at times, but it's to work on your career, because if you think about the crab, they, crawl in their hole, that's going to be something that you're almost doing in this next year, because you're getting so much development done, and it's really going to be paying off. And other people are going to be noticing and seeing that. It's like you're bringing more attention, more light towards what you've been doing and what you've been working on and what you will be growing and planting this year. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing tons of self-improvement as well through the 10th house. The spotlight, the sun is like the spotlight being in the 10th house. And there's healing energy here as well. You're healing things, getting a lot of intuitive downloads in this area. Also the shell, the shell of the crab. You're going to feel much more protected to be yourself. And again, it's kind of almost like this moose with the antlers. You're putting up a shield where all of a sudden you're protected. you're almost growing like your own mental and emotional shields. And it's not like a wall. You're not putting walls up. I want to make that clear, because when we put walls up, that's a negative thing. But you're putting up like a shield where now you feel comfortable, you feel safe to get outside of your comfort zone. You feel safe to step into the things that once scared you. Like, for example, I'm just going to use this one as an example because tons of people can relate to this. Imagine public speaking, right? We don't want to put up a wall and then become a public speaker and then have a wall up, because then we have a really hard time connecting to our audience, right? But let's say we really want to do public speaking. That's our big fear. We can put up shields, and the shield is more of like realizing you are safe, to public speak. And once we realize that we are safe because we feel safe, then we can connect to our audience. We don't have walls up. We already feel safe on the stage. We can public speak. We don't lose track of our mind. We don't have tons of anxiety. We feel safe, right? So I feel like these shields are a metaphor for you are going to feel safe to expand in your career. You are going to feel safe to improve yourself and reach for the goals that you desire to reach. So it's going to be huge, okay? Group 3, like, massive improvements here. Massive things happening. I'm also going to restart my camera really quick. It always cuts out at 30 minutes, and we are approaching that. So I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to get into our last oracle cards. Okay, so group 3, let's see the last messages that Spirit has for you for your 2023. We have origins. Remember your roots. Your roots keep you strong. You're going to be more rooted than ever. And that's actually one of the best ways to feel safe when doing certain things, is when you root yourself. You know who you are so well. And when you become so immersed with yourself, you know yourself so well, you're so rooted in that, and then you just become confident in who that is, and you're like, you know what, this is me, and I accept it. The acceptance, right? Once we accept that, we feel more comfortable. We feel so much more comfortable. So remember your roots, remember who you are, and root yourself so deeply into who you are that you're like, yes, I trust in myself. I believe in myself. And right when you do that, it takes away so many of our fears, so many of that old self. So, tons of tons of amazing things. Oh, we also have another card here that is flipped around. So we have, oh my goodness, look at this. This one also talks about your roots. Wow. Okay, this one says, keep your roots and stand taller than the trees. When we are grounded, we can grow so much higher. When a plant has a really developed root system and it's so rooted, it doesn't fear a storm because it knows it's not going to be uprooted. And it can also feel free to grow taller than anything else around it, because it's like, it's okay to do that. It feels safe doing that. But of course, we're not going to feel safe if we're not very rooted. So anytime that we have fear or insecurity, it's because we haven't developed our roots enough. And our roots are our groundedness in who we are. Imagine when you know yourself so well that you plant yourself somewhere and you define yourself and you're like, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I believe in, this is what I love, this is what I want to do, this is everything. And you really root yourself in that. You make it permanent. That is going to be where you feel the most secure and the most comfortable. And then you're going to be able to grow and expand. But of course, you're going to feel really unstable, really rocky, and really unconfident and scared. Imagine if a plant only has this is going to look really wrong, but whatever. Imagine that this is the dirt, okay? My hand is the dirt, and this is a root. And imagine it's only in the root that much. And imagine it's trying to grow 10 feet tall. It is going to flop over at a foot of growth. And it's going to, of course we're going to feel unstable, fearful when we're not fully rooted. But imagine if we grow so deep, we're in the dirt and we have all these root systems that are going so deep, so deep, so deep that you can't even see them on the camera. And then imagine how comfortable that tree is going to feel to grow so much taller. You know what I mean? It spreads wide and it spreads deep. Allow your energy to spread wide. Allow it to spread deep. Okay? You can even do this practice like in a quick meditation, and if you do this practice more and more often, you're going to feel much more rooted in yourself. So, okay, I'm going to teach you a little practice right now. And this is powerful, okay? So please pay attention to this. And if you're not driving right now, and if you're in a safe environment to do so, please close your eyes, put your hands over your heart. If you've done this exercise with me before, then you know this part of the process, but it actually goes deeper than that, okay? So put your hands over your heart, close your eyes, and put your awareness down into your heart space. Put your awareness down into your heart space. Feel yourself in your heart. Feel the love that's there. Feel the inner child that's there that just wants to play, wants to have fun, wants to enjoy the experiences of life. Feel that energy in your heart. The love that sits there, okay? Now, take that energy, feel it all over your body, and then begin to expand that energy. Spread it out wider. Spread that energy out wider. Tell your heart that it's okay to spread wide. It is okay to feel confident and feel your energy almost like a bubble that's expanding outside of your body and taking up the entire room that you're in, even expanding outside of that. And know that your energy is protected. Your energy is you. Your energy is protected. And then imagine that energy rooting so deep into the earth that you feel rooted in who you are. You're like, this is me. I am this love. I am this fun inner child that is full of just wondrous feelings and so much love, and root that deep into the earth. Feel rooted in that energy. Be like, that is me, you know? Like, what are the things that you love? Root that into the earth. That is you. That is you, okay? And feel that energy expand. Feel it root so deep that you feel very powerful, okay? And imagine all the other stuff just falls away, and all you are is this love that's rooted so deep and so expansive, okay? Now tell me, as you begin to open your eyes, how much more secure do you feel in yourself right now? How much more confident do you feel right now, right? Do you feel better than before? The answer should be yes, and if not, go and do that again. But anyway, that's a little practice that you can do. It's a very quick meditative practice. As you could see, that probably only took like a minute. So yeah, very powerful little practice that you can do on your own to make yourself rooted. And the reason why I wanted to share that with you is because you had two of these cards that are talking about your roots into the earth. I feel like I've been talking a lot about roots lately. I feel like that's something that comes up in reading so much lately. So I feel like that's, I don't know, something that just needs to be more, I don't know, we need to have more awareness around it collectively, clearly. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to get one more last card for you, group 3. I love that this card came up for you. I don't know if you guys caught a glimpse of that yet. I just did. Look at the card that we have for you. Trust. I love that that came up for you. So this says, a robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. This is about trusting yourself more. Like, let's not, place all of our trust into our home or our current career or all of this. You need to trust yourself. Like, it's you that keeps these things afloat. It's you that has the power within you. Nothing else around you has the power to control your life. You do. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. We may, have a really secure job and we're like, oh, I trust this job, I trust this job, I trust this job. And that's like the branch, right? A big reminder from the universe is, don't trust your job. Don't trust your sense of security that you have through the things externally from you. You need to trust yourself, right? Because your job could get taken away. The branch that robin sits on could break at any moment. It could. It might not. It might last another 20 years. It might last another 100 years. But it could fall away at any moment. The only thing that you are in control over, the only thing that you can actually fully trust is yourself. So if there's something that you desire to do in the world, this is about trusting yourself and knowing, oh shit, I'm capable of doing anything that I want. Even if something falls and breaks apart, you can create a new thing. You can go find a new branch, but it's you that has the power to do that, right? The branch isn't going to send you off to a new branch. You have the power to do that. So this is about trusting yourself. And once you trust yourself and you realize that you have the power to do these things, you have the power to do anything. You have the power to change your mind. You have the power to go to a new branch. You have the power to, do whatever. You have the power to stay on the branch that you're currently on and make it grow even more. You can choose whatever you desire, but you need to place the trust in yourself, right? Rather than trying to find security through external means. Okay, so that's the point of that card. It's a very powerful message. But anyway, very glad that came up for you to end off this reading. I felt like it really fit with that kind of current message that we have going on. So with that being said, I am so happy that you joined me on this reading, group number 3s. If you enjoyed this message, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up for me. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye. All right, so my group number 4s. If you chose this pile, then this is going to be your reading. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group 4, we have the 3 of Cups, the Strength, the Knight of Wands, and then the 6 of Wands as your cards that are coming up for you. So the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Wands are really interesting because both of these deal with celebrations. And so I'd say some of the greatest surprises that are going to come for you in this next year are things that are going to be celebrated. So these are like, there's going to be some unexpected kind of things happening where we are surrounded by people and we're having fun and we're celebrating. This 3 of Cups is a little bit more of a sort of casual celebration. It can indicate a certain milestone in your life happening, or it can even indicate that there's just going to be a lot of fun gatherings next to people that really connect with you. So for those of you that chose this pile, I wouldn't be surprised if you have a really close friend group, or you will be making a really close friend group this year that really relates to you, really connects with you. Like, these people are on your same wavelength and it feels so good to be around them. It's like your soul shines, your soul comes out, and it just feels really nice to be surrounded by these people that really truly get you. And there's people that, they're the people that really want to support you and see you thrive. And you're going to be surrounded by people that really want to see you thrive. It's going to be very motivating for you, and I feel like it's going to give you a lot of energy. Like, this is your year to have fun. The 3 of Cups indicates that this is your year to have enjoyment, fun, and laughter. And let me tell you that there's going to be quite a lot of moments of fun, joy, and laughter in your life in 2023. Lots of laughs, lots of fun, memories that you cherish. There's going to be memories made that you so greatly cherish over this next year that you just laugh about when you think about them. They make you filled with joy when you think about them. So if you come back to this video as we're approaching 2024 and you're listening to this, you're going to be thinking about those memories that you made in 2023 and you're going to be like, yep, those were amazing. They're very cherished. And I think that there's going to be like really fun photos that you get to look back on as well, that even right now as you're watching this, like prior to all this happening, you're probably thinking like, what's going to be on my phone like in this next year? Like, what are these photos going to be? What are these experiences going to be? And you're not going to have any idea. But as we're approaching 2024, if you come back to this, you're going to be like, wow, I would have never guessed that there would be all these moments just in my photo app on my phone, or whatever app that you use to take photos or whatnot. But like, I really feel like it's just it's going to be such a wild moment to like look back on them. And I really think that there's going to be a moment at the end of the year where you're looking back on the experiences that you had, and you're going to be like, wow, that was so fun. There's going to be moments that you're like, I wish I could relive that. It was so amazing. So get ready for that, because that is what's happening. We also have the Strength card right here. So you're going to be really up-leveling your ability to be strong and go through anything. I feel like you are entering this stage of your life where you're like, I don't give a F what other people think about me, what other people say about me. You're just entering this more strong kind of stage and phase of your life. And you're becoming a lot more confident in yourself. You're letting your heart shine, and you're like, I know I'm a great person, and if these other people don't understand me, I don't want to give them the time of day. I see you saying no a lot more to the things that no longer resonate with you, the people that no longer resonate with you. And you're bringing your focus to the people that do resonate with you. I see you saying no a lot, but because of that, your experiences over this next year are going to be a lot better because of your ability to say no to the things that you genuinely are just not feeling. Like if it's not a full body yes, then it is a full body no. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is going to be your year for like really creating stronger boundaries in your life, and also really taming certain sides of yourself that maybe used to entertain things that were toxic, things that weren't good. It's like you're getting a lot stronger to use your voice, but you also know how to use it in a compassionate, kind way. You know how to stay more in balance emotionally, and that's going to be helping you a lot over this next year. We also have this 9 of Wands right here. I'm also going to turn my screen brightness down a bit because it's getting a bit blown out here. The Knight of Wands is a very powerful card as well. This one can indicate that there is something really fun and spontaneous that will be happening in 2023. This could be moving. A lot of the times the Knight of Wands can indicate that we're moving, or it can indicate that we're going on a big trip or traveling somewhere. It can also indicate like a spontaneous, fun idea that we have that we're so excited to jump into. So that's going to be something that's happening as well. I'm seeing more energy coming out in you, like more like vitality emerging from you in 2023. Like you're feeling much better, much more inspired and driven. And there may be moments where you just like, you know, kind of sit in your own energy and you're like, you know, within yourself. But there's also like these moments where there's going to be like a lot of vitality coming through and like a lot of like inspiration and excitement. I think there's going to be one big thing in particular that gets you very excited in this next year. Again, this could be a move, or this could be some big travel or some other spontaneous sort of event that's going to be happening that you are so excited to leap into. It's like it ignites your passions. So that's going to be really fun. And then we also have the 6 of Wands. So this is leading to something that's going to be celebrated. So if this is a move that you're making, all of a sudden there's going to be this celebration of like, oh my God, like you moved, let's celebrate, like let's have a moment. Or again, this could be traveling, and this is going to be something that's very greatly celebrated and cheered for. Or you're going to be spontaneously acting on something, like an opportunity or an idea. And you're going to be really celebrated for jumping into that. You're going to be really celebrated for jumping into that. Like the 6 of Wands, your friends, your family, the people that surround you are literally going to be cheering you on and being like, oh my God, look at you, look at what you've done. Like, this is going to be something that's really greatly celebrated. So again, we have these 2 celebration cards. There's going to be a lot of moments of celebration. There could be a surprise as well, because the Knight of Wands can indicate surprises. There could be a surprise waiting for you. This surprise could be anywhere from like an engagement, a graduation, a baby coming into your life. Like there's so many different things that this could be, right? And so depending on your personal life, this is a general reading, so I'm kind of pointing out all the different possibilities. But like, again, you have to kind of see what sort of fits in with your life a little bit, what kind of makes sense. But there is definitely like a surprise that's going to be coming for you. And it's going to be something where you are celebrated. There's almost like a party being thrown for you. Both of these cards indicate like a legitimate, like actual party, like a planned party for you because of whatever's going on. This thing requires like a full celebration. So that's really exciting. Group number 4, definitely some celebrations happening, things that you're really excited to attend, lots of movement and energy going on. And just like an uplifting year. This is going to be an uplifting year for you. So let's go ahead and see what else we get. So the next card that we have is Nourish the Shadow. So other sides of yourself that used to maybe hurt you or trigger you or things like that, you're going to be really giving yourself what it is that you need. You're going to feel much more nurtured this year and much more cared for, because I think you're learning what exactly your mind, body, and soul needs, and you're starting to really give that to yourself. We also have the triple goddess moon right here. So this is just making me feel like you want to feel your best this next year, and you're going to be learning what those things are that you need to incorporate that make you feel great. Then we also have Almost There. There's something that you're creating that you're going to be really excited about. You're like, ooh, it's so close, I can almost taste it. Like that kind of feeling happening in this next year. And then, of course, there's going to be these celebrations. You may already know what some of these things are, because you may feel like, I think I know what that is. Trust that. And then we also have self-worth, self-love, self-value, and self-respect. Ooh, you are up-leveling yourself, your values in this next year. And yeah, I mean, just as this card says, you're up-leveling your self-worth. This is going to make you feel so much more confident in this next year. Your self-love, like the amount of nourishment that you give yourself, all of that. Your self-value. You're no longer going to be settling for anything less than what you truly deserve. And what you truly deserve is all the things under the sun, okay? You deserve anything that you desire to experience. You're also going to have so much more self-respect. So when it comes to, saying no to the things that you don't want to do, or standing up for yourself, but in really respectable ways. Because sometimes when we stand up for ourselves, it comes out in a way that's like, other ways. I think you're really learning like true integrity, true honor, true self-respect. Like, do I really want to waste my time fighting a battle that doesn't really matter? Or do I want to have patience and just like let things go and focus on what really matters? Like, I feel like you're going to be more focused on what truly matters in your life rather than putting your focus towards things that are kind of like, that's a waste of time and energy. So yes, let's go ahead and see what else we have going on for you. What other great surprises we have for my group 4s. So we have health. If some of you are wanting to get your health back in order, if some of you are wanting, this could be mental, emotional, or physical health, you're going to be focused on that. Some of you, I feel like nutrition, exercise, or some other like health things, that's going to be a major focus for you to figure those things out in this next year. I really think that, you're focused more on health. Your health is definitely improving in this next year with something that you're going to be doing for yourself here. And let's see what else we have. So our other cards, we had these come up for the last group. We have also had this imagination card come up for almost every group. So a lot of people, the collective is going to be a lot more in their imagination, a lot more in their creativity. Whenever this card comes out, and I've literally said this for like 3 out of the 4 groups, but I don't know, it keeps popping up. So I guess every group needs to hear it, right? But this imagination card, you're going to be overflowing with new ideas. And because of that, it's going to be very important to keep like a notebook or like the notes app on your phone open. Keep it open, keep it near you, and every time that you get a new idea, something that inspires you, an epiphany, a realization, write it down, because it's going to be so important to do that. I think you're going to be learning and growing so much over this next year that, if you think about something, you may forget it in the next like 5 minutes because your mind may be onto something new and something else. Write it down. Keep a notebook near you, or keep your phone near you with the notes app open, and make like a list that says new epiphanies and realizations and growth over the year of 2023. Keep that open, and whenever you get epiphanies or realizations come to you, please write it down. Even like, you know, sometimes if we're like driving and we have a realization, we can't like stop and write it down. We can literally just say, hey Siri, take a note and write down blah, 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 blah. Like you can say stuff like that, right? So, oh my God.
Okay, I've created your note. It's called in right now.
Siri turned on my phone when I was saying that in this reading. That's so funny. And she's just like, okay, I created a note saying I'm right now. Anyway, write down your notes. Even use Siri when you need her. Okay. And then we also have abundance. So you're definitely attracting more abundance into your life, like abundance of happiness. I'm definitely seeing abundance of friends and celebrations coming into your life as well. So there's a huge abundance of that coming through. I feel like you're going to feel really full because of the people that you're surrounded by and because of the kind of celebrations that you are partaking in. It's like you're like, what is life about if there's nothing to celebrate or if there's no, you know, fun? I think you're getting more into the fun aspects of life and realizing the importance in celebrating yourself, celebrating others, all of that. And I feel like it's going to bring you to a much more happy place. So let's see what else we get for you. Group 4. What else is going to be going on for group 4 in 2023? All right. We have seasons of the heart. You're going to be doing a lot of shifts in your own emotional state. And I feel like things that once felt frozen for you, things that maybe once felt stuck or sad, you're healing a lot of those. You're going through different seasons. So things that once, you know, felt like a winter season or a fall season, that's transitioning into spring and summer. I really think you're doing tons of healing and you're overcoming old things that used to hold you back. Oh, and then we have Goddess of Oneness. I love this card. This one also came up for the last group. We have a lot of like similar cards coming out for these groups. It's really interesting. Of course, there's a lot of different cards as well, but then there's like a lot of similar ones. This Goddess of Oneness, this is about stepping into your authenticity. This is about stepping into who you really are and allowing your true self to shine. Goddess of Oneness is also about beginning to realize who you really are and being more rooted in that than ever before. So that is beautiful. Now let's go into this oracle deck as well. So let's see, group 4. Oh, there's one that's already flipped over. We have Lion, Strength and Success. That's so weird because we have the Strength card, which literally has a lion on it as well. If you don't believe me, reverse this video, rewind it, and go look at the fact that we have a lion on that one too. So if you guys are a Leo, this is huge confirmation for you. Or if you have a significant Leo in your life, this may be pointing or hinting at there's going to be a significant event happening with this Leo person in your life, Leo, sun, moon, or rising, right? Maybe you're a Leo. If not, though, this reading is still relevant for you. And what Leo indicates, even if you're not a Leo, what this would indicate is that your heart is going to be expanding a lot, and you may also be the center of attention at certain times, especially since we also had the Six of Wands there. You may be, and I know some of you are probably listening to this being like, wow, I don't want to be like the center of attention. I don't like being that. And that's okay. But there's going to be certain things that deserve to be celebrated, and I think you're going to feel really great during those moments. So embrace it and enjoy it. Also, with Leo the Lion, your heart is becoming so much more powerful and strong, and the sense of love that you have for the world is massively expanding. Leo the Lion is also all about success, conquering things, and sort of being the leader. I think you're stepping up more into your leadership position in this next year, and you're no longer like needing validation or permission from other people. If you used to be stuck in like, I don't know, like a mindset or feeling of like, oh, I need to get permission from others in order to do this, or I need to get approval from my friends before I make this decision, or I need to see their thoughts. I need to make sure that everyone else thinks it's a good decision too. No, that's actually not a good thing, because everyone's going to feel differently about certain things than you. Everyone, right? And so The person who should be truly making any decision, making any moves or any choices should be yourself. Like, yes, advice from friends and family and trusted ones does come in handy, but if we're allowing it to like really dictate our true heart's decision and heart's desires, it ends up becoming not so good. So I feel like your heart's getting stronger, your inner strength is becoming stronger, and you're no longer really needing permission. You're being that leader of yourself. You're being the leader of your own desires. And that's going to massively shift your life. Massively. I feel like you're also more in control of yourself rather than letting, emotions go everywhere, rather than letting like certain experiences take over you. I feel like you're so much more in control of yourself, your well-being, your mentality, your emotions, your spirituality. I'm going to put that one over there now. I don't know why I feel like putting it over there now, but whatever. Let's go ahead and find some more cards for you. Let's see, group 4. What else do we have for group 4 for 2023? Let's see, group 4, 2023. I'm really feeling this card right here. Tree, stability and growth. It's so weird. In almost every group I've been giving this rooting example, and this one, its roots are very, prominent here. And whenever we're more rooted into ourselves and we trust ourselves more. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are also attracted to group number 3, because this is like, there's a lot of similarities here. But anyway, it is quite different, but also a lot of similarities. The rooting, when we're more rooted, we're able to grow taller and stand stronger. But if a tree only has a slight little bit of roots, it's going to topple over very easily. It's going to feel very insecure. It's not going to feel very good. And it's not going to be able to grow very high. So your roots are very powerful. If you, as a person, if you want to grow more, if you want to stand taller, if you want to be more confident and more secure in yourself, it's about your roots. It's about your foundation. Do you trust yourself, right? Do you know yourself? Are you rooted into who you are? Are you creating strong roots in who you are? Because if you want more confidence, if you want more stability, if you want to grow more and expand more, you're going to need to improve your roots if you do not want to blow over, okay? You need to have strong values. You need to have strong knowings in who you are, strong trust in yourself, and all the other things. Like, you need to have your roots developed, okay? I feel like I need to make that as like its own separate video, because that's such important information. So one day I will make that into its own separate video about how to create better roots and how to improve confidence and how to like grow taller and expand in life in general. But basically you can get so much wisdom by looking at nature, because this wisdom that I'm sharing with you right now comes through looking at a tree and comes through observing nature. Like, obviously we know if a plant has a tiny itty bitty root, like imagine if you just took away all the roots on this tree and it was like this tiny little itty bitty thing. And then let's say a storm blew over, that tree is gonna fall over. Like, we all know that. It's so clear, right? And so then you can apply this to human life, right? When you go and observe nature, everything relates to everything, as above, so below. Everything in the microcosm and macrocosm, it's all a reflection. It's all a reflection. You can look at anything and learn something from it. Okay, so being out in nature, you actually gain tons of wisdom. Also, another card just like flipped out when I was like shuffling those over here. You just have to trust me. So this card came out, Ship, Directions and Journey. So you're gonna be, I feel like, shifting your direction, and almost this lion, because the wind in his hair, I feel like there's going to be a new calling coming for you in this new year, a new calling. And your ship is going to set sail. The ship can also indicate that you're moving, and especially since we also had the Knight of Wands, it's going to indicate that you're moving or traveling. There could be a big travel thing for you, or maybe you're actually like moving to a new house, new home, new city, new something. So that could be a thing as well. But there's definitely a journey ahead of you. This is going to be really significant. So for some of you, this could be a really big travel plan. And this may be very significant, or you may be shifting your life in some way, because the ship can also indicate that we're shifting our life in some way, shape, or form. And it's going to be a journey for us, and we're going to be learning a lot. So that is what we have there. I am also going to restart my camera really quick because it always likes to cut out at certain times. So we're going to restart that really quick, and then we're going to get into our Astro dice and get tons more information there. And then we're going to get into our last Oracle deck. So I will be right back. All right, so group 4. Let's get into your Astro dice. And let's see, we have 10th house, so work and career, and we have Uranus, in Gemini. Uranus and Gemini in the 10th house. The way you make money may be changing in 2023. You may be adding on a second thing, because Gemini can be like that, we're adding on a second thing. Maybe we're joining a partnership in business to create something. Maybe we are learning something new in career. This could also be learning a brand new skill unexpectedly in your career, but this is something that'll be like an unexpected shift. There's an unexpected change of winds where maybe we're adding something new, or we're forming a partnership, or we're learning a new skill. That's what the Gemini kind of indicates, but it's in the 10th house of career and also bigger goals. So you may have like all of a sudden a new goal that comes to your mind in this next year that's like, ooh, I want to reach that. That sounds really cool. This could be, again, a new form of learning, all that jazz that I just said prior. You could also be networking. You could meet someone really significant in your career in this next year who really shifts things up for you. Whenever we meet somebody significant and, maybe we learn something from them, or maybe they give us an epiphany or an idea, and then all of a sudden it really shifts up, what we are doing. So I feel like you're definitely going to meet somebody significant in this next year that's going to affect your career life and your bigger goals that you're getting to. Because the 10th house, it deals with career, it deals with money, it deals with goals, it deals with self-improvement, and other things that we're wanting to reach for, challenges that we need to overcome. So it's going to relate to you in those types of areas in this next year. You're going to meet somebody significant that, influences that area of your life. And I also see you learning something new. I see you expanding that and, adding another thing on to that. And it's going to all happen in an unexpected way with that Uranus energy. So get prepared for that. This person could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Capricorn, by the way. Those things are very significant here. Uranus is connected to Aquarius, Gemini is obviously Gemini, and then the 10th house is Capricorn. So those zodiac signs may be very influential on you in this next year. You may be one of those zodiac signs, sun, moon, or rising. And yeah, those signs could be very significant over this next year for you. So that is what I see right there. And now let's go ahead and get into our last oracle cards for you. So any last info? Oh, I have one falling out already. We have retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist, breathe in nature's sweet scents. Whenever retreat comes up, it can also indicate vacations or travel, or it can also indicate like a legitimate, like I'm going on a retreat type of thing. This can also be retreating your energy in order to rejuvenate more, but the fact that we have this ship coming up, we have Knight of Wands, we have retreat, I feel like there's definitely maybe like a trip or a vacation, some sort of travel that you're going on, in this next year, and you're pulling your energy out of what it used to be in and you're putting it somewhere new. This is going to be a time of a lot of healing, a lot of growth for you, and reconnecting to nature. Definitely a lot of reconnecting to nature happening for you in this next year. So group 4, let's see what else we get for you. Let's see, group 4, group 4, group 4. We have caution coming up. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. Ooh. I feel like your life in this next year, I think you're learning how to not have fear, but instead just use caution to be safe and no longer letting fear hold you back. Caution is a positive thing, but fear is a negative thing. Fear holds us back. A lot of us attach to our fears though, because we're like, oh, our fears are keeping us safe. No, they're not necessarily keeping us safe. They're keeping us restricted, which is not a good thing. But caution, however, is positive. Caution keeps us safe while allowing us to expand. So caution is a good thing. So it's about switching fear into just caution instead, right? And then we also have music. So there's a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Music is going to be something that I feel like is going to be very healing for you over this next year. I feel like there's going to be a new artist or genre or song in particular that's going to really stand out in this next year, to the point where, you know, again, giving the example, you know, as you're going into 2024 and you think back and you're like, oh, what was the most influential music on me in this last year? You're going to know exactly what that was. There's going to be like a very significant song, artist, or genre that really is significant in some way, shape, or form to you throughout this year that you're going to be discovering. And there may be, pay attention to the emotion that it evokes within you, because that's going to be somehow significant. Like there could be a prominent sort of theme or message or feeling within that music that's going to be very healing for you in some way, shape, or form. So it's going to be something to pay attention to as well. And let's go ahead and see if we can get any last cards for you here. Let's see. Group 4. Any last messages? Okay, we have path coming up. Okay, let's see what this says. It says, wander on the path less traveled. Ooh, which is exactly what you're going to be doing. I feel like you're going to be expanding yourself and doing things that you've never done before. These are going to be new journeys that you're expanding out into. And that's going to be exciting. You're like a tree that's growing new branches and you're like, ooh, I've never like touched this space of the earth before. So yes, what you find might surprise you. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise. What was I also saying in the beginning, that I feel like there's going to be surprises happening? Like that Knight of Wands energy was definitely telling me and giving me this feeling like there's going to be surprises happening for you in this next year. Things that are surprising, things that are like, wait, what? Like, I didn't expect this. Like, this is so, but they're good surprises. You're going to be wandering on the path less traveled. You're going to be doing things you haven't done before, and there's going to be surprises within that. There's going to be surprises that come out of that. And these surprises, I feel like, are going to come out and be celebrated, because these are like really positive surprises. So, yeah, I mean, you're definitely expanding yourself into new things, and there's great surprises that are going to come out of that. So enjoy it, follow your heart this year, especially since we have a lot of Leo coming up. This is a year about following your heart, growing those roots so strong so that you know you can expand more and grow up more and expand out. So enjoy it. If there's a trip that you've been thinking about taking, I 100% think that you're going to be taking that. So wow, this new year is about to be amazing for you. Group number 4. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, because I would love to have you there. And hopefully I see you in my next one. Bye.